The war over the breakaway state of Biafra is generally regarded as an unfortunate episode best forgotten, but for the Igbo people who fought for secession, it remains a life-defining event. In 1967, following two coups and turmoil which led to about a million Igbos returning to the southeast of Nigeria, the Republic of Biafra succeeded with 33-year-old military officer Emeka Odumegwu Ojukwu at the helm. In the build-up to the war was a series of killings that characterized the coup of 1966, perceived as an Igbo plot, and the counter-coup staged by northern soldiers 6 months after. While the crisis lingered, Ojukwu, who was the governor of the eastern region, ordered the Igbo residents in the north to return to their homeland. This and similar events suggested an impending doom, and so, to maintain the peace, delegates of the federal military government and those of the eastern region met at Aburi, a Ghanaian town, where the popular Aburi Accord was signed. In response to the accord, the federal government promulgated Decree No. 8, which was mainly an embodiment of the accord. About 4 months down the line, on May 27, 1967, Yakubu Gowon, the then head of state, announced the creation of 12 states, breaking the eastern region into 3 southeastern states, Rivers State and East Central State, a move seen by Ojukwu as contrary to the letters of the Aburi Accord. 3 days later, on May 30, he declared that the eastern region is breaking away from Nigeria as the Republic of Biafra, and that was the last straw that drew the battle lines. Lieutenant Colonel Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu had turned deaf ears to suggestions from eminent Igbos to throw in the towel a year after the war began, as it became apparent that it was a war they could not win. It is also on record that he remained resolute for 3 years before giving up in 1970, after a million Igbos had died fighting. On January 9, 1970, Ojukwu boarded his private jet and fled to Ivory Coast. The mantle of leadership thus fell to Philip Effiong. By the time Effiong took over, the war had become offensive on the Biafran side, as the Nigerian military troops has used both military offensive and starvation to weaken the secessionists. It was obvious anyone who puts an end to this massacre is a hero, right? Step forward Major General Effiong. He was left to make the concession after the main belligerents had run away. At the time of the surrender, Effiong believed that the situation was hopeless and that prolonging the conflict would have only led to the further destruction and starvation of the people of Biafra. At that time, Effiong said, "We accept the existing administrative and political structure of the Federation of Nigeria, that any future constitutional arrangement will be worked out by a representative of the people of Nigeria, that the Republic of Biafra hereby ceases to exist."